Nice and quick and simple, loads of colour, smells amazing, really punchy flavours, beautiful. It's January, it's cold outside. Let's make something which is going to be warming, packed full of flavour and cosy. But also we're going to stick to some really good nutrition principles with plenty of fibre and protein to help that hunger keep at bay.
Today I'm cooking my chorizo, squash and chicken stew. This stew is a real winter warmer. You get smokiness from the chorizo, brightness from the butternut squash and creaminess from the cannellini beans.
So let's crack on. Let's start off with dicing some onion. Onion is always a great base to start off a stew with, and stews in general are brilliant for freezing. We can cook plenty of it in advance and bang it in the freezer, so it makes a quick evening meal during the middle of the week. We want to just put it on a low to medium heat to start with, and we're going to pop a little bit of olive oil in. There's going to be a bit of oil that comes from the chorizo as well, so we don't need too much, just enough to get the onion cooking. It's always good to cook these dishes from scratch because we know exactly what's going in then. It really reduces the cost of these dishes. So I'm now just going to peel and chop the chorizo. This is about just over 100 grams. Now it is quite fatty, but a little bit goes a long way. I've always loved cooking and being around food, coupled with the fact that I love science as well. That led me down the road of nutrition. But then the biggest barrier for any of the athletes that I work with day to day is always their ability to cook. We can try and educate and inform people on what they should be eating, but if you can't actually go home and do it and produce something which is nutritious but also enjoyable, you're not going to actually go away and succeed with any dietary changes you want to make. So we want to cook the chorizo for about 5 to 6 minutes, get it a nice golden brown colour, but also we want some of that fat to render out because that's going to give that dish a real whack of flavour. We're going to add a little bit of garlic. The main protein source in this dish is chicken breast. You could use chicken thighs as well, turkey, you could use a whole range of lean protein options, and we're just going to get that now browning in the chorizo oil. To make the dish vegan or vegetarian, you can easily omit the chicken and chorizo, keep that smoky paprika flavour in there, but increase the number of beans and pulses. So we've got some red bell peppers. You could use yellow ones, orange ones. They provide a really nice sweet flavour as well to complement the smokiness from the chorizo. When you think of vitamin C, people often think about oranges, kiwi fruits, but actually bell peppers have got just as much, if not more, vitamin C than any of those fruits. So whether it's chicken fajitas or it's a dish like this, you can pack loads of vitamin C into dishes just by adding some in. Let it really brown up now. This is the butternut squash, and this is the star of the show really. This gives the stew a real nice thick, soft texture, but importantly, it is packed full of fibre. So 1 in 10 of us gets enough fibre a day, most of us don't. So finding ways of adding in fibre from root veg is a really good way of improving our nutrition and our gut health as well. If you're using a really spicy chorizo, you might not need it or might not choose to add it, but I'm going to add a little bit of smoked paprika just to really increase that flavour. It doesn't have to be 2 teaspoons, it can be completely freestyle. And that goes for anything really. Cooking is about what you enjoy. So any flavours that you want to enhance or you want to add a bit more of, do. And if there's something you don't like in a recipe, don't be afraid to just leave it out or make a swap. For example, in this, you could add in some courgette or another veg instead of the peppers if you wanted to mix that up as well. So the cannellini beans have been drained, so we're just adding those to the pan. And then we're going to add 2 tins of chopped tomatoes as well. So we're going to combine that all together and then we can pop the lid on and let it simmer away. And then leave it for 25 to 30 minutes until the squash is nicely soft and it's all cooked through. Right, let's have a look how this is getting on. Beautiful. This is spot on for me, but if it has dried out a little bit in the process, you can always add a splash of water just to make sure you've got the right consistency. So finishing touches, we're just going to finely chop a bit of parsley to give a bit of freshness at the end. And that is it. It's dead simple. 1 pan, straight to the table for everyone to go and dig into. Loads of colour, smells amazing, really punchy flavours. And I'm going to get a big bit of crusty bread and get into it. I'll cook this at home for my 2 boys as well, who have definitely got big appetites. It hides a few veggies in there too, hits those nutrition requirements as well as big flavours. Hope you enjoy making it and most importantly, eating it.